I'm Robert D, your favorite OG. Welcome to my channel where truth be told and lies exposed. Let's get to it. Fellas, this month is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I didn't know. I'm going to be honest with you. But I've been seeing it online, and how can I not weigh in on this issue, right? I'm a man, been a man all my life, right? Love being a man. I can't imagine being nothing other than a man. I thank God that I was born a man, right? so I could definitely weigh in on this issue, right? And I don't do much preparation. I saw it was Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and and I grabbed my phone and came out here and ready to throw my hat into the ring. So I shoot from the hip, right? So I don't have no prepared speech. I kind of have an outline in my mind of what I want to say, right? Cause that's just how I like to roll, man. I don't want to seem to be coming off performative because I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get with me, right? And that's how I roll. And the reason I'm even saying all this is because I really want to be able to connect with the fellas on this particular issue, right? Because we don't get love like that, right? We don't get checked on like that. Cause really at the end of the day, don't nobody care, man. Really, right? Honestly. But there is one that do. Okay? We're gonna get to that. So, um, mental Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, right? I'm gonna start first from this point. So I just got done watching a sister get up there and say, "Oh, F men's mental health. The way they been, F them. We don't see, fellas. That's the problem. That's one problem right there. This was coming from a black woman saying F your mental health. She'd rather go out here and celebrate men running around with diapers on and dildos hanging from their nipples than to celebrate a black man and how he may be doing mentally, living in today's society. She don't care about that. But see, I know somebody say, well, that's just one. No, this is how they think. Not all black women. When I speak, I don't speak to the all, right? We all know there's the exception to the rule. But unfortunately, in this society, the majority of this is how women think. This is how black women think. This is how the modern woman thinks. It's not about nobody but themselves. They don't care about what's going on with us. They don't care. And fellas, I'm gonna give you some OG advice. Don't ever, never, ever. I don't care how much your girl beg and plead and try to manipulate you and run that old weak ass game they be trying. Man, don't never open up to your girl. Don't never open up to any woman. Don't sit down and explain to her different issues you got going on in your mind. Don't tell her about different fears you may have had. Don't share with her about any trauma you may have experienced in your past. Do not open up to your girl or any girl ever. Don't never do that, fellas. Never. Don't even do it to your mama. Don't do it to your sister. Don't do it to your wife. Don't do it to your girlfriend. Don't if she's a woman, don't never open up how you really truly feel about anything dealing with your emotions. Ever. I'm telling you, that's OG game right there, first and foremost. Because, see, women don't process information how we process information. First of all, and then these modern women, they don't listen to care. They only hear to attack. So you'll just be feeding them information for them to use against you later on down the road, to go back and run and tell Ray Ray about, right? Because anything you share with your girl, she gonna go run to her girlfriends. She gonna go run to the TikToks. She gonna go tell little Ray Ray that's blowing her back out every day while you at work. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, fellas. So what happens is, see, there used to be a time way back when women were actually women, right? And they were proud to be wives. They were proud to be mothers. They were nurturers. They were feminine. They knew their role and place in society, and they raised their daughters to be mothers and to be wives. And you know what I'm saying? It used to be a time like that, right? And us men, when we came from conquering the world and making sure they had peace and were protected, right, doing what us fellas do, we was able to go to our woman, and she and her femininity was able to be the balm to our souls. You understand what I'm saying? She without us even having to go on her shoulder and cry, right? But in her femininity, she knew that she was our outlet, right? To relieve the stresses of life, right? That was back in the day. That was back in the day. That was when women were women. But these modern day women today, oh no. Oh, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They do not give a damn. I'm telling you, you can go run and jump yourself off a bridge somewhere, and all they gonna do is laugh and say, "Oh, I knew he was a sucker, weak ass." Yeah, yep. I'm telling you what I know, fellas. I'm telling you, that's some OG. That's triple OG game right there. If you listen to me now, young fellas, young men, it will carry you a long way in life. It'll save you a lot of heartache, a lot of headache, and a lot of wasted time. These women do not care about how you feel. They don't give a damn. They gonna sit there and tell, "Oh, just open up to me. Let's just share how you." No, they'll do all that weak ass game, finessing, manipulation. Don't go for it. What do we say, fellas? I'm all right. I'm good. I got it. Yeah, that's your shield. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, that's coming with dealing with these females. They don't give a damn about you. You need to understand that. Okay. Now, us fellas, we care about each other, right? So, if you got a brother, a uncle, a father, a good best friend, your man's, we can go talk to each other about it, right? But this is how we deal with each other. I'm gonna hear you out. I can empathize, sympathize, but we ain't got no answers for each other, really. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'll give you a hug. I'll tell you I love you. But that's not gonna solve that. I ain't no woman, right? See, this is the importance, women. This really, if y'all would stop trying to compete with men and be a woman for a change, just try it sometime. I mean, God created you as a woman. Just try being a woman sometime and stop trying to compete with a man. But if women could get back to their femininity, right? Then us men, without us even having to say a word, you will already know how to help us along and help us unload and process and just to deal with the shit we got to deal with being men in this world, right? But that's not gonna happen, fellas. So I'm gonna share a little bit. So listen, when it comes to mental health, right? Okay, so when I was 17, I tried to unalive myself, right? And it was just simply through pure guilt from having ran the streets and done everything ungodly and unholy that went against my Christian upbringing. And the weight of that guilt caused me to try to unalive myself, and it was only by the grace of God that I'm sitting here alive right now to this day, right? But that was during the first time, back in the '80s when I was what they call that? They forced me into a psych ward. I had to go that route, and then I was clinically diagnosed with depression. Okay, I was depressed, but I didn't have nobody I can go to. My mother didn't care because she was going through issues, right? And back in the '80s, man, you could not come off as being weak at all. So there was no help for nobody, right? There just wasn't. And so I didn't know what I didn't know what was going on with me or how to deal with it or who to go to and who to talk to. And I was just suffering and quietly on my own, right? And it drove me to the point of trying to take my own life. And it's only by the grace of God that He saved me, right? I should not be sitting here because I was gone. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay? So I know all about mental health and all that. And so throughout the years, even when I was in prison, I faced some of the darkest times in my life. I'm talking about the hardest of days where I would go to bed at night praying and crying that God would just take my life. I didn't want to wake up in the morning. Things were that bad, bleak, and hopeless. Okay? I would pray, Lord, just I don't want to wake up in the morning and wake up the next morning and be mad that I woke up. Right? Going through it. Nobody to turn to. Okay? Just had to suffer it out. Okay? So men's mental health thing is very real, and I'm glad that this is a month of awareness. But of course, like I said, man, I just saw a sister get up there and put it online for the whole world to see. F F these men and their mental health. This is how they think. So that's why I say, man, okay, this man's mental health. I threw a 30-day challenge out there. It's a hard no for all these girls on anything and everything they think they got coming. You've been giving them money for hair and nails. It's a no for the month. Men's mental health awareness. I'm focusing on myself this whole month. They don't care about you, right? Now, but there is one that do, and that's the Lord above, right? So once I reconnected and rekindled my relationship with the Lord, He cares. He knows us better than we know ourselves. He wants you to go to Him and cry out to Him and seek Him for what's going on, right? And I know not everybody is a believer. I know not everybody wants to walk in faith. And see, that's half the problem right there, fellas. You got to learn to have something higher than your own self to look to. And for me, it's the God of the Bible. It's Yahweh. It's Jehovah. It's Jesus, right? And and I bear witness that that faith is true and real, right? It's yeah. It's not Allah. It's not Buddha. It's not Confucius. It's not Gandhi. It's not any of these other false gods the world to try to get you to turn to. It is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is Jesus. And I bear witness to that. I will always stand on that because it's been proven to be true in my life. I'm not just saying this because it ain't even cool and popular to say. I'm saying it because the Lord has shown Himself very true and real and faithful in my life. And I can sit here and I am just as happy and peaceful and joyful and full of love and light and everything in between, right? And it's all because of the Lord. If you only knew everything that I have been through and persevered and overcame, you would get saved today. You would say God is real and I'm turning my life over to Him. Absolutely. If my life could be played out in real time for you to see, and not just the physical things, but if you could see everything that was going on up in here that I had to suffer through, right? And then see me now, you'd be like, oh yeah, Jesus is Lord. Absolutely. Without a doubt, that's 100%, right? Now check this out. I still go through it. I still go through it. I woke up out of my nap today. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to get out the bed, right? Because I still have, and fellas, it don't get no, it don't stop. It don't stop. It will not stop. 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, you will still have problems. There will still be issues. There will still be things trying to weigh heavy on your heart and mind. No one understand that, right? But so even today, I got a lot of things I could just sit down about and be just like nothing is going right, right? Nothing. If I focus on that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't, man, because I know who I am in the Lord. I know what awaits me in the kingdom of heaven, right? My joy comes from loving on the Lord. And then in return, He loves on me back. You feel me? So when I feel upset and I feel down, I get down and out, I take it to the Lord. I definitely learned not to take it to no woman because they don't give a damn at all. All they're going to do is use it against you, bro. Then see you as a weak man, and then when Ray Ray who blowing her back out while you at work, boy, fella, you better listen. You better listen up. So yeah, shout out to Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I want you fellas to know, man, you dig deep, learn to have a faith in something higher than yourself. Learn to look to the Lord. Take your problems to the Lord. Learn to shut everything off. Turn off the TV. Turn off the phone. Get on your hands and knees if you got to, and cry out to the Lord. Say you need Him, and I promise you, He will hear you and He will answer you. And then you get up and you go back to work and you keep pushing through. Because that's what men do. That's what we do, fellas. That's what we do. And I'm telling you, and if you ain't got nobody, see, I ain't got nobody in my life. It's just me and my dog Samson. That's the God's honest truth. I don't have family. I don't have any friends. It's just me, the Lord, and Samson. That's the truth. And I still got to get up every day and try to add value to this world, despite how I feel. And that's some real shit right there. But I'm throwing it out there because I want to be an inspiration to the fellas. And I want you to know I care. I care. The Lord cares. These women out here, they don't give a damn, bro. And stop giving a damn about them. And that's the God's honest truth right there. So, shout out to the month of June being Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I didn't know until really till today. I had no idea. It's only because I don't be on social media like that. I just started doing this, if you can't tell. I probably be breaking all type of rules. I don't know. I just go for it. I've always been like that. You know, I see this as a tool, as a way to communicate and add value from a 53-year-old man who has walked through hell and back and lived to tell about it. And so I want to be able to share my experience and hopefully it inspires y'all men to be better men, right? And then hopefully we can bring these girls along once they get off their high horse and get humbled and get back to their femininity, and then we can start having families again. Start having neighborhoods again. Maybe we'll start seeing kids outside playing again, right? Maybe we'll start seeing people worshiping the Lord as a family again. That's what I want to see. Absolutely. All right, I just had to get that off, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to the fellas. Pursue your purpose and pursue your peace. And what we saying for the month of June? No. That's a hard no. All right, man. Everybody have a blessed and wonderful day.